So are you demanding to run the ball this week? You looking for some touches?
Well, technically it didn't count, so I guess not. But I got enough pub from that. I'm good. I'll go back to the O-line life this week.
Joe, as an offensive lineman, how do you? What's your reaction to what's going on with the pass rushing penalties?
I mean, if we give up less sacks, that's pretty cool. But I think some of them are real 50-50 right now. You know, I think the defensive linemen don't really understand how they're supposed to sack the quarterback. And I think Clay Matthews have been a pretty good example of, you know, if you hit him in the head, if you hit him in the legs, you know that's a penalty. But landing most or all of your body weight is kind of a subjective thing. So I think they need to lay something out where it's like, I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe fix the rule, change it so it's you can land on the guy, just don't like body slam him down or something. But it's a tough rule to officiate. It's a tough rule to coach. It's not one of those things where it's like, oh, just don't use your head. You know, you're just landing on a guy. It's gravity.
Do you understand why there might be confusion?
Yeah. Yeah, it's confusing to me. I mean, I don't know. You know, I think everybody's looking back now every time there's a sack and seeing, wait, was that legal or was that not legal? You know, like I said, I mean, if it eliminates some of our sacks, that's cool. But yeah, it's a tough rule for sure.
In terms of facing Oakland, are you amused at all by the show business aspect of John Gruden that's now back in the league as a coach?
Yeah, I think once you start playing the game, there's not really too much of that going on because you're playing against the guys on the field. But, you know, he signed a big deal this offseason. He was a lot of big moves for their team, and he's been in there. But for us when we play, I mean, we're just going against Oakland Raiders. It's not like we're playing against a different team or anything like that.
The fact that Khalil Mack's not on that roster anymore, that has to put a smile on your face.
Yeah, they have some good players still, but, I mean, he's one of the best in the league, and to not have to go against him as an offense is a big game planning nightmare when you have to play against that guy. So to not have him in there is big for us.
Hey, Joe, how impressed were you that Baker came in with little or no reps with the ones and was able to kind of pick up where he did?
Yeah, he did a great job. It shows his work ethic and what he's done kind of behind the scenes. Him and Coach Zampese have, you know, really worked and tried to get him the mental reps that you talk about in a game. And he came in and he threw the ball around and he led the offense up and down the field a few times. And we're looking to grow from that. You know, it's one game and we want to put two together and try and get a couple good performances. But it was impressive, especially coming off the bench. He didn't have all week to prepare, you know, and he did a good job.
How different is the Baker that you perceived before he got here from the one that is here?
I didn't know I know he won the Heisman, but I didn't have any, like, predetermined things. You know, you hear people say, oh, he's Johnny or he's this or he's that. But since I've known him, he's been a great guy. He's worked hard. He's been in the building. Everything you want in a quarterback. And that's all you want. He's a confident guy. So I think people see that as a little bit of cockiness, but he's just confident in what he does. And he understands he put in the work and he's ready to compete and he's ready to play. And that's all you want in a quarterback.
How much he gets the ball out really, really fast. And when you go back and you look at the Jets game, first half when Tyrod was out there, you know, he was getting hit a lot. And then Baker came in and he wasn't getting hit as much. How much of that is him just getting the ball out really fast, and how much does that help you when that happens?
Yeah, I think to be fair to Tyrod, in the first half we had 2 or 3 breakdowns where one guy wasn't blocked. So, I mean, he's going to get hit regardless of how quick he got the ball out. But Baker did do a good job of getting the ball out. And anytime you're playing O-line, the quicker the quarterback gets the ball out, the easier your job is as a pass protector. And he did a good job last game. I'm sure they're going to show some different looks this week to try and make him hold the ball a little bit longer. But he did a good job, and he hit his point in the pocket, saw who was open, and made a play.
How much does it help that he gets the first team reps all week heading into the game Sunday?
I think it's big for him. You know, I mean, I think we're a little bit more comfortable with him in the huddle, his cadences, the way he kind of interacts out there. And I think for him as a mental thing, like, hey, I know what I'm doing a little bit more this week, is going to be big for him.
How's he been different this week? I mean, it's got to be a change going from back up to starter. Has he been any different?
Yeah, he's been real focused. He's taken the lead in a few meetings just because that's what the starting quarterback does usually. But besides that, I mean, him, Tyrod, and Drew have all worked as one kind of, you know, getting the protections down, getting their hot reads, their check downs, all those type of things. They've worked as one the whole year, and he just took a little bit more of a leadership role in that aspect. We'll see how it goes out of practice, you know, real practice, see how he kind of feels and how he does things.
We always seem to ask about the run game. Really got that going against the Jets. Carlos had a big night, a couple touchdowns, almost had 100 yards. Just what does that do for this offensively when you can get that ground game really rolling?
yeah, we want to be run first, and it took us a while to get it going, early in the year. But he had a good game. We wanted him to get over 100 yards, but if you can do that, it opens up play action. It gives Baker some more open lanes to throw the ball. If they have to bring a safety down or have to spread things out, and it's been huge for us. If we can get that going, score on some big play actions. I think you've seen we have some receivers that can take the top off. Callaway's done a good job of running downfield and getting open, and then you can hit Jarvis and Duke and those guys on these underneath things, and Joku running across the middle after you play action them. It all kind of works together. You don't want to really be too one-dimensional, and it works for each other. If we're passing the ball well too, they'll spread out, and it opens those lanes as well. And I think you saw that a little bit in the second half. Baker was getting rid of the ball, and they had to move some of the safeties back, and we run the ball a little bit better.
Hey, Joel, what does it do for everybody just to be building off of a win for a change?
It's nice. It's good to come out and get a win, and now we have to try and stack it. We haven't had that in a while here, but we're working at it. And I think the team energy was up the last couple days and this weekend, but now it means nothing. We have to go out there and get another win. If you go out there and lay an egg against Oakland, you're back to square one on one. And so now we're working to try and stack a couple wins together and come out on top this weekend.
Joel, the defense has forced 11 turnovers. What does that do for you guys as an offense? Does it energize you when that happens?
Yeah, they've been unbelievable. They've made a lot of plays out there, and we haven't taken advantage enough. We need to do a better job scoring off turnovers, but the way they're playing right now is inspiring. You could tell the way the crowd got into the game and stuff when they make plays out there. If it's third down and 6 to 8 to 10, you think we're getting a sack or a turnover here most of the time. They've been making some serious plays happen, and you don't know how long they can hold up on that. They're at a huge ratio right now of getting the ball back, but that's the way they're coached. Coach Williams has done a good job of get the ball, make things happen, and it's great to play with a defense like that.
Joel, 3 weeks in now, can you assess Desmond's growth at left tackle?
Yeah, he's improving a lot. He's, I know the first week there was things were happening fast. It was his first NFL start, and I think it's slowing down for him. He played at the Saints, which is a loud stadium, and he did a good job there. And then we played this last weekend on Thursday night in front of a huge, crowd in Cleveland, and he's improved every week. And there's definitely things we're still trying to improve on as an O-line and whole, but he keeps improving. He keeps working. He's going to try and keep getting better, and he has a good test in Bruce Irvin this week. That guy's a good pass rusher, so it's going to be a good battle for him out there, and I know he's up for it. I know he's putting in the time, but I think the biggest improvements is his assignments, his understanding. He's always been athletic. He's always been able to move. He's always been that left tackle, but in the NFL, seeing blitzes, seeing assignments, making calls, all those things come with time, and he's improving with that every week.
I don't know how many rookie left tackle, rookie quarterback pairings there are, but is this a chance? Can these two guys grow together?
I hope so. I'm with you. I don't know. That's those are two important positions on offense, and to have two rookies out there, kind of from different ends of the spectrum than one overall pick and an undrafted guy is pretty special. And I think the more they work, the more they grow. I think that's the goal. You want to have these guys in there. Those are cornerstones of your franchise. Left tackle and quarterback. And if we can grow those guys together, they'll be big for us.
Jamal Adams from the Jets said Baker was phenomenal, but we didn't get the game plan against him. And there's a lot of talk of, yeah, he was great, but what's going to happen when a defense gets to prepare for him? So what do you see in his game, and what do you think there is, I guess, what can you identify about him that makes you think he's going to be able to keep rolling the way he kind of did when he went out and got a hot start?
Yeah, he's extremely accurate with the ball. He makes quick decisions. Those are things you can game plan for, sure, but he still has to throw the ball, and he still has to make those plays happen, and that's what he needs to do. But he knows too. It's one game. It was one half of football. We need to build off his offense, and no matter what a team does, if we can do what we want to do on offense, it's going to be successful for him. But he does all the right things. He's going to prepare. He's going to be ready, and we're excited to get out there and have a whole week of practice with him.
Are you ever a running back?
No, I like in playing flag football and stuff like that, but never since I played tackle football have I gotten the ball. So that was pretty cool.
Goal line situations. William Perry scored touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
I know it. We'll see what happens. Carlos has a pretty good nose for the end zone, so he's finding his way in there. I don't think he'd be very happy me stealing some of his touches.
Would you have been as excited for Joe if he had picked up the ball? You see that clip?
Oh yeah, but Joe would have for sure fallen on the ball. But I am happy that he was pumped for it. I think it's like every lineman's dream.
Was it a big
wind out of your sails when they said it doesn't count?
Honestly, I was just like focused on the drive, and I was like, it happened, so in my mind it counted. And that's all that really matters.